Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber.
Monday, August 22nd, 4:37 p.m. New York time. The U.S. stock market is closed. That's right. So this will be the last full week of this month. And then we have 3 trading days into next week. Yep, we're much closer to the end of the month than we are at the beginning. Up here on the left is my watch list, the major stock indexes. They closed red today. The S&P 500 11 sectors closed red today. Yep, enough of that. Let's go on to the indexes. We'll look at the weekly time frame of the indexes because I want to know and share, do we break above, below, or are we still trading inside of last week? Because there was a lot of volatility today. And if we didn't break out of the prior week, that should be a signal of strength or weakness on that underlining. Well, S&P 500 cash index. Yep, we broke below the low of last week, right there. And it's just one trading day so far, but it represents the week. We're still inside this consolidation, staircase pattern, higher high. So it's a retracement. That's what it is right now, a retracement. NASDAQ 100, same thing. Look at that. Broke below in the consolidation phase. And Dow Jones Industrial Average, yep, broke below last week. And up here, this bearish pin bar was a good clue that there was a bearish bias much stronger in this one than the other ones. Dow Transports, same thing, broke below the low of last week. Still in consolidation phase. Look at this, the Dow Utilities inside candle. It's solid body equivalent to a red. Look at that here. When it's on the top of a trend, rolls over. Yeah. So are we on the top of a trend or are we in a consolidation building calls to break out to the upside? Well, we're definitely going to know by the close of this week. Yeah. Now looking at the Russell 2000, which is not part of the S&P 500. Yeah. Broke below the low of last week. It's in a consolidation phase. So overall, on all the weekly charts there, even the inside one, right there, they're all red. Yep. Well, let's look at the 11 sectors in the S&P 500. See if we can find leadership there. Same thing. Each candle will be red. These are stock ETFs. You could trade them individually, or you could buy the stocks inside them. And we're going to go top down, meaning the biggest sector first that represents the largest percentage of the S&P 500. First, we're looking at XLK. That is technology, makes up 20.8% of the S&P 500. It also broke the low of last week. It's in the consolidation phase. Next is XLV. Healthcare makes up 14.9%. Look at that. Broke below the low of last week, and it's in the consolidation phase there. Next, XLF. The financials makes up 13.7% of the S&P 500. Yep, also broke below the low of last week. And look at that, bearish pin bar on top of a trend. Should have been situation aware that was most likely going to happen here. Yep. Again, that prior candle, huge, almost a solid body, very bullish. So it's in retracement here. XLY, consumer discretionary, makes up 10.2%. Yep, same thing. Broke below the low, bearish pin bar. XLC, communication services, makes up 9.9% of the S&P 500. Broke below. It's already below this consolidation phase, but back in here. Again, this has been a key demand zone here. XLI, industrials, makes up 9.7%. Same thing. Look at that bearish pin bar. So what's happening, or what's happened already since the beginning of this week started, us this being the first day, should have been already situation aware. If you're looking at your sectors on the weekly time frame before the market opened today, maybe you did a weekend homework, or maybe you did on Friday after market close, you're aware of these things. I traded bearish last night, overnight, in the S&P 500 futures, and I won that trade. I'm a happy camper. XLP, consumer staples, makes up 6.7%. Look at that, inside candle. So that's a stronger sector so far than all the other ones I showed, because it did not break below the low of last week. Blue, think about it. XLP, think about it. Maybe you want to buy this stock ETF. You could buy one share, $76.13, or you could trade the option, or you could look for the strongest stock inside this index. XLE, energy, makes up 6%. Look at that inside candle also. Inside candle makes up 2 of them so far. Interesting. XLU, utilities, makes up 2.8%. Also inside candle. That's 3 so far inside candles. That's good. XLRE, real estate, 2.7%. Yep. Lower low, broke below the low. Already below the key big green candle. Interesting. Yep, so this could be a key area here too, as it demands on potential buyers stepping in if it comes down here. So right now it's sitting on top. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the week. XLB, materials, makes up 2.5%. Well, this one gapped down. Look at that bearish pin bar, but tiny trading range right inside this demand zone where buyers were. No surprise. We'll see what happens later this week. But again, most of them are similar. Most of them are red, broke below the low of last week. And several of them are in consolidation zones. That's good. All these, again, stock ETFs, you could buy them individually. Let's go look at the FANG Plus stocks. That's the FANG, Foxtrot, Alpha, Alpha, November, GOV Plus. And each of these be a weekly candle. So we'll start off with Apple. Broke below the low of last week. Look at that. Bearish pin bar right there. Rejected 175. That was a supply zone up here. Not surprised. It rolled over. Microsoft, Mike, Sierra, Foxtrot, Tango. Same thing. Pretty much still an acceleration here from here. Amazon, Alpha, Mike, Zulu, November. Yep, same thing. Right below. Meta. What's Meta? Meta owns Facebook. Meta owns Instagram. Meta owns WhatsApp. Meta owns many platforms, products. Well, last week was an inside candle. We actually broke below it. Google, Alphabet. Yep, broke below the low. Tesla, Tango, Sierra, Lima, Alpha, also broke below the low of last week. Look at that bearish pin bar. And you notice here, this red candle with high tail, that red candle with a high tail, both of them high tail, showing that's a supply zone selling pressure up there. So not surprised. Oh, let's do a little better than this. that you're going to eventually have less buyers. Yep, that's what happened. Less buyers and we start to sell off. There we go. So now it's an acceleration phase over here. And should not have been a surprise that occurred. November Victor Delta Alpha also sold off, broke below the low of last week. It's still an acceleration phase. Has earnings coming up soon too. 8/24 this month after the market closes. Yep, that's this week. Netflix, November Foxtrot Lima X-ray. Yeah, broke below the low. So looking here, this big candle up, big body, bunch of buyers, and it's doing a retracement. Did a deep retracement. Bravo Alpha, Alibaba. There we go. Inside candle for the week. Interesting. So massive consolidation here from these impulse moves down. Still sitting on top of this demand zone. So let's zoom in. Right now we know Alibaba, this one bottom corner, has an inside candle. Here we go. Yeah. So most of them red, lower low than last week, but not this one. So what a clue is there, you might consider buying one single share or maybe an option if you know how to trade the options. Because inside candle, and it's hollow, equivalent to a green, that the probability is when the market turns around, goes green, this is going to have a nice turnaround. Because again, there's not a lot of selling pressure in it right now. Nope, people are not looking to sell this. That's why it's not breaking below. So again, this might have a faster recovery. Many thanks for watching.